I'm Eric Luskin from American Public Television. In our Doc Martin Behind the Scenes podcast number 8, we hear from Simon Hayter, who has been the sound recordist for Doc Martin since the start. Doing location audio, particularly in a working fishing village, is not for the faint of heart.
The art of sound recording for Doc Martin is just try and keep the background clean, which is never going to be easy with seagulls everywhere and the tourists wandering around, the fishermen working on the beach. It's all a matter of coordinating and getting a quiet background, trying to isolate the dialogue. When we're shooting exteriors, I try to use a radio mic on the artist because that way it isolates the sound the best. Boom mic is wonderful for indoors, and it's great to add a bit of atmosphere so they can mix it in later and fill in the background noise so it's not just silent background. There's endless things that can mess up. There's cars can be half a mile away, and if they've got a reversing noise it starts beeping and you get the beep coming through on the tape, and then the seagulls will set off and they'll be screaming just in the middle of a take, and there's nothing you can do, you just have to stop and wait and go again. The tourists, they love to chat all the way through. Sometimes their cameras make clicky noises or beepy noises during the takes. What else? The fishermen, they have to keep on with their work, so they're driving trucks backwards and forwards, their boats start up and the engine runs in the harbour. It's all background noise, it's all trying to keep it out.
And yet the town, the village, sort of is a character in the show, so...
It's a balance between what's real and getting the audience to be able to hear what the artists are saying.
In terms of the fans and your reaction with them, obviously they're around all the time. What is it people seem to love the most about Doc Martin?
Oh, Martin Clunes. Every time they love Martin. I mean, when he's on set, the audience just love to stand and watch, and he's very good with them. He really is. He engages with them. He goes up and talks to them. Martin and Port Wen in the story are the stars. They really are.
How has the series kind of changed since the beginning?
It's changed mainly in the amount of people we have around. I mean, when we first came down here 10 years ago, there was nobody here. I mean, in the middle of June, you could wander up and down the street, there wouldn't be anybody around. Nowadays, there is always people around. The ADs have to move the audience up and down the street as we change directions. And there are so many little alleyways that the audience pop out suddenly in the middle of a shot. There's nothing you can do, you just have to go again. I think a lot of people respond to Martin because he's that's how they would actually like to be. But they're too polite and they try and get along with people, whereas Doc Martin doesn't try and get along with anybody.
And how difficult is it for Martin to switch that character on and on?
Martin switches on instantly. He can be laughing the second before they say action, but as soon as they say action, he is that grumpy dog.
What is the most misunderstood part of what you do?
The thing people don't understand is how long it takes to shoot these scenes and how many problems we have to overcome to make it look smooth and seamless on screen. And for me, it's the background noises for the camera department. There's lighting problems and people jumping into shot. It's a long, slow process.
Doc Martin is broadcast in the U.S. on public television. Check your local listings. Doc Martin DVDs are available at retail.